Voila. And we're here. No open today and last week. Hi everyone. What?
That's frozen. Good night, Gabriel.
Good night.
Hey, I'm going to give you a call sometime tomorrow. Okay, that's producer Jace. So just so you guys know, we were doing a little experiment today. So as you know, every time we do a podcast, we get some kind of a spam call.
Yep.
And we're wondering if they were watching the podcast or were they just automated spam calls. So we didn't go on live today. We wanted to wait to see if we were live, what would happen. And sure enough, around 7:30, which they expected us to be on at 7 o'clock, we get the spam call. And not just one spam call, they called twice.
Yeah. Well, that's usually to get through your do not disturb,
right.
I believe.
So someone has us set up on this speed dial to spam us right when we're in the middle of our podcast. So it's automated, clearly, because if it was not automated, they would have done it. They would not know we were on the air. So we didn't answer, but we just wanted to give it an experiment, and it worked. So if we showed up late for you guys, hey, it is what it is. We can't control what we can't control. But I did make a really good dinner tonight.
You did. It was yummy.
Tried something new. I made oxtails, but I didn't boil them like I normally do, which to me seems to take away some of the minerals, nutrition from it. Can you take away protein? No.
No. Well, minerals and protein aren't the same thing. You can take away the protein content, but it is possible that you could have changed the mineral content
by boiling it.
Yeah, possible. Yeah.
So I tried to bake oxtails today. For the first time ever, I did a bake, and it's a 3-hour process. And then I took the juice from the oxtails after they baked for 3 hours. I uncovered them, and then and I want to make sure audio is good too, because last week they were saying we didn't get good audio.
Yeah. And apparently I guess Gabriel says, can you fix the freezing to producer Jace? But apparently we were freezing a lot last week.
Yeah, we can't.
We were freezing. Just kidding.
So I took the oil, the juices from the oxtails, poured them into a separate pot, and then added some whole wheat flour and made a gravy.
It was really good.
Along with some collard greens, cooked with some made some collard greens, black rice, and gravy and then the baked oxtails, which you put them back in the oven after you do all the whole thing for 3 hours. You put them in the oven and let it with that top on it, and it makes the edges kind of crispy, which is something unique. I've never had that before, where you can actually bite into it and it tastes good, but it also has a nice little bit of little bit of crunch to it. I was like, I like that.
It was good.
So I got to do that again.
I was like, man, I'm just so glad he fed me.
Yeah, well, I know. And the funny part is, so the day I get up and I get up early, I go down to the bottom. I go down to Flatlands. Well, for me, I got up early. Flatlands, went down, picked up organic collard greens. If you look on my Twitter, I couldn't help resist another one of those tomahawk steaks that we're going to grill at a friend's house. We're not going to make it here at the house. We need a grill for that. And there are people fighting on Twitter about whether or not the leg of it weighs a pound. If you have to worry about whether or not the leg weighs a pound, then you don't buy it. Just go out and get a regular steak. We want something a little different. It's thick. You can, I don't
know if I've ever had a tomahawk steak before.
Remember that restaurant we went to in Orange County?
In Orange, with the bone marrow?
Yeah, and the people next to us had a tomahawk steak.
Yeah.
There was 3 of them, and they all shared it.
Yeah.
So what we do is, for me, I would take the tomahawk steak out the freezer and let it defrost, and then let it reach room temperature.
It's your thing hitting the.
Oh, I was like, what is that noise?
Yeah, it's hitting the computer.
It sounded like electricity at first. I'm like, what is that? So let it reach room temperature. Then sprinkle some Himalayan sea salt on it, and not pepper. Pepper will ruin the flavor. You can do pepper on it afterwards, but not during the cooking process. So you sprinkle with some Himalayan sea salt on both sides, and you let it sit longer until it gets to a certain. And once it reaches the room temperature, the salt pulls out some of the juices from the bottoms of the flavor. So then you put it on the open grill, and you singe both sides until you get a nice, 3 minutes on each side. And then you put it in the oven and you bake it for.
You guys taking notes?
And then all of a sudden you have.
Felix, Stanley does like kare. You like it.
I have had kare.
But you haven't made it. He says time, Stanley, to learn cooking.
Well, ironically, Diane's Filipino.
And I don't know how to make it.
And I cook more Filipino dishes than she does.
He does. We just talked about this the other day. We have some longanisa in the freezer, and which we need to pull out for tomorrow. We'll have longanisa for breakfast tomorrow. But he goes, why don't we make it for Sunday? And I said, well, you usually sleep in on Sundays. I wake up early because I go to church with my mom. And he goes, well, you can make it. And I was like, you know that you make the Filipino food better than I do, and I'm the one
but
that's
there's
Filipino.
there's some dishes I won't touch, and she wants me to touch so bad.
What? I want him to try dinaguan, and he will not try dinaguan.
I'm not dinagunat.
I'm okay with him not really trying bullet, but dinaguan's really good.
So if you notice, our title today is about trademarks.
Anyways.
And we're going to discuss that a little bit, but we're going to talk some more about the food we made today. And yes, I didn't know about the class action lawsuit.
I didn't hear about that.
But now I want to look into it a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
So as we go on with the whole cooking thing today, so as I was saying, so I even installed a Ring camera to the front door and cooked dinner, made oxtails, made the greens.
Oh gosh, you're going to point out what I said to you?
And then she comes home and says,
what'd you do today?
So what'd you do today?
I didn't mean it in a way where you just sat on your butt and did nothing. I was actually curious because I followed him where he sent me the post or not the post, but you sent me the video from the market. But I didn't know what else you did, what everything entailed after that though, because I was with my mom.
When you turned the stairs and I said, can I help you? And you freaked out because there was somebody talking to you from outside.
Okay, baby. But I was just wondering what else you did.
Yeah, well, what'd you do today? I mean, I know you got up and cooked dinner and made greens and saved the world, but what did you do today? I mean, what did you actually do? What did you do to benefit me?
Oh gosh. Oh wow, that's not what I was asking at all. All right. Anyways, so Parrish said we had reruns of Red Lobster that we bring home yesterday since Red Lobster might. What's that?
Might shut down.
Oh, I can't see because
you know who shut down?
Wait, is Red Lobster going to shut down just in your area or overall?
I don't know. They might have filed bankruptcy. You know who just shut down in your area?
Commercials in our area.
Yeah. What just shut down?
Let me guess.
Shut down completely. Gone. The whole place is gutted, and you can still see the ghost of the sign, but it's all gone now.
It's a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Gone, and it's a national chain.
What? Wait, let me think about it. Is it on this side or on that side?
It's on this side. It's right near. We could literally walk to
Crispy
it.
Crunchy?
No.
Oh, hold on. We could literally.
Well, they're gone too, though.
We could literally walk to it.
Yeah, we could literally walk to it if we really wanted to walk over.
And it's a national chain that just shut down?
They shut down here.
Oh, but not national.
They were going through bankruptcy.
Jollibee?
No.
Okay, hold on.
We can't. Well, we could walk to Jollibee, I guess. Thank you, Betty Veronica. Woohoo!
Oh, I can't see anything.
She gave us a super chat. $10
oh, thank you, Betty Veronica.
Towards your cooking lessons.
Towards Diane's cooking lessons. I know, because he does all the cooking. He does. Okay, so I mainly do breakfast dishes. He mainly does, except for the longanisa.
What do you do for breakfast dishes?
Oh, don't. Oh,
I'm just asking.
Don't clown on me.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, you're dissing me hardcore just because I don't do anything extravagant.
I didn't.
Hey, you get your nutrients in, right?
I'm asking.
Hey, you get fed though, right?
Thank you, Big Bucks Bradley.
Hey, you get fed though, right?
Thank you, David Lee. You're right.
Thanks, guys.
Boston Market went out of business.
Boston Market. That's not in walking distance from us.
We can if we really wanted to.
No, we cannot.
Yes, we could.
Boston Market is super far from us.
Straight up and
you
then
could
straight
drive
over.
to it, but no, we cannot walk. I'm thinking literally over the hill. Boston Market is over the hill, down 5 blocks, down another 10 blocks, down another 5.
But you can still walk to it.
No.
If you really, really wanted to, you could walk to it. You won't walk to it.
Who would want to walk to that?
I'm just saying that it's walking distance.
Okay.
Okay, let's say the world came to an end.
Okay,
and the only way you had to do was walk to Sarah, and you had to walk to the mall. Would you walk to the mall? Or would you screw it?
Oh no! I mean, if it was life-saving, I'd walk to the mall.
Thank you. It's closer than the mall.
Okay, let's get back to the nutrients that you get during breakfast. Do you get nutrients in? Do you get?
Good morning, Baton.
Really? You can just change the subject.
No, I'm just.
He was trying to put me on blast about.
I didn't. No. Okay, just for the record, I was not putting her on blast. All I said was, "What do you cook for breakfast?" And then you put yourself on blast.
Parrish says $10 for your 2 gallons of gas.
I know, huh?
Wow.
No, that'll get us like
that's
3
not
blocks.
even 2 gallons. That's like
gas prices have gotten so bad that when I fill up my car, it doesn't even tell me how much miles I get anymore. It just says, "Yeah, right. When you run out, you'll just run out."
I can't.
$5 gas, $6 gas.
Thank you guys for the donations or the super chat. Super appreciate it.
$6 check gas. Can you imagine if you only have? Remember when people used to go to the gas station with 50 cents?
Okay, not that.
No, I grew up in Camden.
I grew up where $5 could actually get you gas.
I grew up in Camden where people would show up with 50 cents and ask, "Can you get 50 cents on tank number 1 or pump number 1?"
And how did they fill up the tank?
50 cents?
Yeah.
Well, back then, gas was 25 cents a gallon. So you got 2 gallons for 50 cents.
Dang, what year was this?
That was before you were born.
Oof. Man, all right. Well.
And you don't judge people.
I missed that.
But you know the worst ones that got me? The one that showed up with 50 cents and pennies. And you know, it's like,
hey, at least it's still money.
I want to give you free gas, but they don't give me free gas, you know?
It's still money.
I know, but
like today, my mom saw a penny on the ground. I walked right by it. She picked it up. A penny is still money. I just really didn't feel like penny.
Thank you, Big Bucks Bradley, for another 99 cents.
Thanks, Big Bucks Bradley. Big Bucks Bradley.
Now, I was telling Diane yesterday that only 9% of the people that we deal with are on social media. And the reason why, and the 9% is a number I got from someone who was saying that when they were doing election polls for Twitter, only 9% of the population in the San Francisco area were on Twitter. Mm-hmm. So when you think you're talking to the whole world, you're not. You're talking to 9%. And I realize that this is true because every day, and you witness this, I mean, people who, number one, are totally shocked that I'm here in the Bay Area.
I can't tell you how many people yesterday were like, if you saw his 420 piece, people yesterday were like, "Oh my gosh, are you back in the Bay now? Hey, are you still in Arizona?" And it's like, we've been here back in the Bay for almost 2 years.
Yeah, and so people were like, "Oh, what? Oh, wait, you just flew in for this?" No. Oh, but I love it because they follow. Well, you know, I support you and I follow everything you do. But yet you don't know
that you live here.
That I live here.
I think also at the same time, people don't associate you with a TV station now. So because they don't.
Well, no, they don't even know a TV station. I've been on Channel 7. Oh, Stanley on Your Side. No. Remember the other day was
someone said 5 on
your side.
Yeah.
Stanley behaving badly. Even my own daughter.
How are you behaving badly?
No, that's the show. Even my daughter.
That's not my daughter. Me. I'm not his daughter.
I asked her to email me something she was supposed to get involved with. She goes, "I sent it to you." I go, "What's the email you?" She goes, "People behaving badly on your side or something."
Wait, she emailed it to the wrong email address?
Yeah, she emailed it to that. It doesn't exist. And I said, "You've had a daughter for 20 years.
And you don't know my email?
I don't even know my email address?
Have you had the same email address for 20 years?
Yes.
For 20 years, you've had the same email address?
Well, my email address I had on Gmail, I've had for 20 years. That's why it's on the black market right now. I have to change it pretty soon.
20 years ago was how long? 19?
Yeah.
No, just kidding. 2004. It's not even 19 anymore.
So ever since Google has been around, I've had Gmail.
Okay.
But according to what I got in the mail, in the email I got.
It was your Hotmail account.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, my Gmail account was on.
I'm joking.
Was on the black web.
Did you have Hotmail at one time?
I never had. Oh, I did have Hotmail. I had YouTube. No. I had Yahoo.
Yahoo.
Oh, wait. My favorite was Earthlink.
Earthlink.
Netscape. Oh, did you have AOL?
I had AOL.
You've got bail.
Mine was Pimentel98 at AOL.com.
Yeah, I lived in the hood, so ours was different. It says, "You got bail."
Oh.
I'm not even in jail. Oh, you know, Felix is out of the country.
Is he?
Yeah, he's got $2.99 for 1 liter.
$2.99 for 1 liter.
Remember that trick we fell for in
Canada when we went to go get gas? Oh, God.
I went to Canada. I was like, "Oh, my God. Look how cheap the gas is here. I want to fill up, and I'm going to get some tanks to fill them up. And, oh, my God, we're going to be off the chain."
I haven't had AOL since, like, early 2000s. So I don't think that email address works anymore. I just said my AOL email address.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Bill Bear said, was there only one guy that knew the origin of 420? Literally.
No. There were a couple more.
Who thought they knew it?
No. One guy knew it, but he didn't want to be on camera.
Well, yeah. One guy knew, but he didn't want to be on camera. You're absolutely right.
He didn't want to be on camera.
The only person that wanted to be on camera was Jesus.
Jesus.
No. His name was, She got mad because
Bakersfield.
she got mad because I said, "Hey, Jesus," and he turned around.
I know. Well, first of all, I noticed him, and you were like, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that guy's supposed to be Jesus." And then he goes, "Hey, Jesus," and he literally turned around, and I go, "Oh gosh,
He literally turned around, and we had a whole conversation with Jesus. He was barefoot, and for a brief second, I was a believer. I was like, "Oh my God, Jesus!"
For a brief second, you were a believer.
Yeah, well, because I wasn't high, everybody else was high. Oh, and the funny part is, even though the 420 has been going on since 2014, there are people still paranoid about being on camera out in the middle of the field in public.
People
in public, just giving out weed to, "Oh, I don't want to be on camera." And one guy even said, in California, it's illegal to videotape someone in public.
He clearly doesn't know the law. So he clearly probably breaks laws often since he doesn't know the law. And then the lady he was with was like, "Yeah, you guys just need to smoke a blunt." And I was like, what?
Gabriel tried to email you.
Oh, I saw. Mailbox not found. Yep. And the lady was like, "Yeah, you guys just need to smoke a blunt." I was like,
no.
Yeah,
they try to give me.
We froze a little bit.
That's okay. It's internet. We will freeze.
It is internet.
Don't panic. It's the internet. We will freeze. As long as we're not going like this, we will freeze. It's a process. But get back to the internet. So I had AOL, and then I had
Netscape.
I had Netscape.
I had Netscape too.
Then I had Earthlink.
No, I didn't have Earthlink.
Then I had Yahoo.
And
then I went to Gmail.
I had Hotmail.
I
had Hotmail. I remember my Hotmail account. I'm not putting it out there. I remember my Hotmail. I remember my Yahoo.
So here's the question: did you ever take MySpace angles?
No, I had a MySpace, but no angles.
Did you talk to Tom?
I tried to holler at Tom. Tom was like, "You're not in my top 8." He was in mine though. I was like, how can you be in my top 8, but I'm not in your top 8? Gabriel's
over here stalking you with emails.
What did he say now?
He said, "Just email Diane."
No, that's old. That was
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying he's stalking you.
Yeah, because I actually I just saw my frozen face. So because I actually said that email.
Okay, just for the record, let's not focus on anything freezing. It's just the internet. It's okay. Let's just act like nothing's ever happened. Pretend you're live on TV and we went off the air, but you have to keep talking.
I know it's okay.
Okay. You don't have to go, "Oh, look, I'm frozen again." You have to keep it going. Act like it never happened. Gabriel's going to let you know you freeze. I guarantee you. The Gabriel alert.
Stanley, sounds like Stanley was getting every 30-day free offer the ISPs had in the 1990s.
I got the little
pretty much the little CDs. They give you the floppy disks where you get the free Netscape.
Oh, wait.
Earthlink.
But I do remember, though, having an Earthlink account, and I got an email. And my gut said, whatever you do, don't open his email. It's going to be bad, right? My gut. But my brain said, open it. Let's see what happens.
And?
It was a virus.
Oh, lame. Is that before you had was it Norton?
That's when I started getting Norton.
Norton antivirus.
But what it did was, it was not only a virus, it was a virus that made sure I couldn't put any more disk in to get rid of it.
Oh no, your floppy disk?
The floppy disk wouldn't work anymore. It disabled everything.
Oh, that sucks.
And the only way I could undisable it was to find a way to log in online, which was Norton or McAfee or whatever it was.
McAfee.
Whatever.
I haven't heard that before.
And then wait for it to go through the whole process. But then it was like, you have that moment where it's like, don't open it. It's bad. Don't open the door. Don't open the door. You're going to get kidnapped. Then you open the door and you get kidnapped. And then you go, why not open the door? I know it's going to get kidnapped. I literally said, if you open the door, you're going to get kidnapped. But open the door anyway.
You just have to actually figure out if you're right or not.
Yeah. So undisable also is enable.
Okay, Gabriel.
Well, for me, it was undisable. Which
my gosh, I can totally though see you having all of those like discs and being like, "Ooh, I get free internet here and free internet here and free internet there."
It's like you've got mail.
Do you miss floppy disks?
Why would I miss floppy disks?
Oh no, they were kind of cool. I would hate it though when I would make it corrupt by accident.
Remember CD-ROM?
I do. CD-ROM.com. Just kidding.
McAfee.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never heard of, what did you call it?
You know what? I'm not surprised that SMTA is still using floppy disks because, the federal government still uses the fax machines.
Wait, they still use floppy disks?
What
computers have floppy disks now? They don't even have CD-ROMs anymore.
So there was a time when I owed the Franchise Tax Board some money.
Okay.
And so I paid them the money. And then they took the money out anyway. Mm-hmm. So I had to go back and say, you took money out of the account that I just paid for. And they said, well, we need to verify it. Can you send us a verification? I said, what's your email? Oh, no, we don't use email. You have to fax it to us. I'm like, who uses fax?
I guess they still do.
And so you know why they use fax though?
No. Oh, because it's not hackable.
Nobody hacks fax machines.
Yeah.
No fax machine in the world of fax has ever been hacked. Yeah, I know. That's a fact. So the government's like, hey, we'll go with the fax machine. Your phones are hackable. The only phone that wasn't hackable was the BlackBerry. But they went out of business because
no, they didn't go out of business.
They went out of business for the phones.
Yeah, for consumers.
Right.
For actual...
Because the only president who had a cell phone, who had a cell phone that was illegally allowed to have a cell phone was Obama because he had a BlackBerry. BlackBerry had such a major level of encryption that he was allowed to have his phone. And I used to be a BlackBerry fan. I love BlackBerry. And then I went to Samsung and the phone kept talking to me.
In the middle of the night.
Like, oh, yo, we don't see anything you're looking for here. I'm like, what? I got rid of that thing, took it back and went and got an iPhone.
And you've been an iPhone ever since.
Although I must admit that the new Google phone looks really good sometimes.
Okay, well, you know what? If you get Google and I text message you and it's green, I'm going to be a little sad. That's all I'm saying, though.
No, they're changing that. They're changing the updates. It won't be green anymore. You won't even know.
It'll just be all blue?
Yep, you won't even know anymore.
Oh, I don't like that.
You won't even be able to pick your friends anymore.
I don't like that.
I've got more friends because I got green text from them. I even got my what? You got an Android? Nope, can't come to my house.
You got an Android? Sorry for all the Android.
We're kidding.
Android users, we're just kidding. We're joking.
We're just kidding. Don't take it personally, Gabriel.
Some old computers with floppies are a part of old industrial and scientific equipment.
Yeah, because they still put the old-timey stuff are still on floppy disks. And no one wants to put stuff on the air because once you put it on the air, anybody can have access to it. Mm. All the stuff we're doing right now is
putting it into the cloud.
Look, I knew he was an
Android user. I knew Gabriel was an Android user. Gabriel, I'm sorry, but you say Android. It says Android. You've got it written all over you. Just he's gonna be like, how?
He's going like this, going what? He's gonna take pictures of him. Like, no, I don't.
Most of the world is the green bubble, so most of the world are Androids.
Yeah, but my Android kept talking to me, and I was like, no, this is not going to happen. Like cooking dinner, and you may not want to stir that much. Wait, what?
I constantly have to tell people not to send me files via AirDrop. Well, they can't though because you have an Android, right? So yeah. I
remember these people used to do AirDrop on a plane. They would just AirDrop random people, and that's why Apple changed it. So now you have to set it for everybody because people would have it on for everybody on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. And then people would be on the plane and would send out like nudie pictures through AirDrops. And
really?
Yeah. But you know what I used to do? And when I first got an iPhone and realized you could do the AirDrop at Vegas, we go to the buffet and I'd take pictures of food and I'd AirDrop it to random people. And if their name showed up, I was like, here, let me send them some food.
I did not know that you did that.
And another thing I do, when people say, hey, can you take a picture of us? What do I always do?
Take a selfie of yourself first. Mm-hmm. Yep, always.
So notoriously, there are some people in other countries that have pictures of me on their phone. Some random black guy.
Who the hell is this guy?
Like, what the hell?
I think we asked him to take a picture once.
I remember there were two Japanese tourists on BART, and they were like, you know how they do the pictures like this? Mm-hmm. And so I was behind them, right? And they were just, and so at some point I said, I'm going to see what happens. So I got right between them like this. I was like,
and they looked back at the
and they were like, they never noticed it until they took the picture. And they turned around and started laughing. They thought it was funny.
Did they see you?
They didn't see me until after they looked at the picture.
And they looked at you afterwards. And they started laughing.
Like, who's this random black guy in our picture? Like they literally had just got off the plane because they had their luggage. Mm-hmm. And they were heading to San Francisco. And they were just, and I'm like, I remember when they used to go up and photobomb people.
You always photobomb people.
I used to photobomb random strangers in the public.
He used to. You did that on our last vacation. You photobombed this family when we got off the plane, and then I ended up getting in the photo too.
Well, they said, "No, stay here."
Yeah, stay here, get in the photo. And then they called me and take the photo too. And I was like, I'm just taking a photo with random people.
I'm like, I just want to spread love, spread the love with the random. Okay, so let's switch gears.
I can't even talk. Spread the lube.
So, spread the what?
The lube.
Oh, I thought you said the lube. Like, what are we doing here?
No, the lube. Okay, never mind. Forget my joke. All right.
So freezing getting bad. Anyone else concur? Well, I can't control what I can't control. So
if it's getting bad, we might have to sign off.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, then yeah. I mean, they did an update. And apparently the update wasn't, because we got like 900 megabytes of data that we can push out. So it's not like before.
Megabytes?
Remember before, whatever it was. Remember before we had like really low and it was like.
Our internet was like, our speed was low.
Really
we might have
bad.
to figure out also if we can hardline. Can we hardline?
We'd have to get a cable that's 300 yards long.
Oh, 300 yards long?
From there to here.
All right. Well, forget that then.
Okay. Anyway, anybody else freezing, let us know in the chat.
Let us know, yeah.
So let's talk about trademarks. First of all, I want to make an announcement. If you haven't been paying attention, if you're not the 9% on Twitter, we finally got our trademark for Mr. Badly. And then someone argued with me, well, what's the difference between a trademark and a service mark? And I don't know, but
I thought you sent me.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
But we are a trademark. The Mr. Badly Bitmoji was filed in black and white. So that way, no matter what color we change his clothes, it's still within the trademark.
Your Bitmoji is so cute. Because
what people would do is they'd say, well, the trademark is only for him wearing brown pants. So they'd make it with blue pants. They said, well, we're not feeding the trademark because he has on blue pants, but we made it so the lawyers I spoke to, and this was a year-long process of getting the trademark done. It wasn't like I filed for trademark, and so it made me realize something that I didn't realize before. And I'm not trying to go too far back into my old job, but when my agent tried to get me a raise at Cron, and they told my agent that I had no value, my agent said at the same time they were telling you had no value, they had already filed for a trademark to take to take ownership of what you were doing.
That is shady.
So I had no value, but yet they were trying to trademark the name already. So in this case,
shade.
And don't get me wrong, trademarking it's not super expensive. You can do it, but it's a process. You have to wait. There's so much that goes into a trademark. There's not just you put it in and they go, okay, you're approved. It has to go through a whole process of lawyers. I think no less than 5 lawyers looked at that before it got approved. And it's done by the federal government, so that takes a little bit forever. Mm. And they also put it up on a magazine for anybody to contest it. So when I tried a long time ago, I actually tried to trademark People Behaving Badly. But a TV show called Girls Behaving Badly contested it, saying that it was too close to their name. And now when you get to a contested level, then it gets really expensive because you have to have lawyers come in and look at the difference and try to figure out what, this, and that. And I noticed that the last chat we had was from Gabriel, so I'm wondering if the chat stopped. So if anybody's there, let me know you're still here, or if you're just listening, that's great. But what was I saying?
You're saying that when you get to the contested level.
Oh, so yeah. So when you get to the contested level.
Is the lengthy process California only?
No.
It's federal, right?
So trademark is California. It's federal.
Yeah, federal.
So it's super lengthy, but you can follow through on the process, and you watch as things go on. So at first we submitted it, and then I had to go back and forth with the lawyers about how, and they gave like a list of everything from down to the the beard, mustache.
It's very detailed.
It's very detailed. Everything is covered. So even if you take the belt buckle and you use it, that's actually trademarked. Because they literally listed every single detail: finger pointing, hands out, beard, jacket, shirt, and this is all sent to lawyers and trademark and patent company.
And they
look at
get
it.
So many applications.
They do. They get
that's why it takes so long, right?
So right. So they get millions of applications and remember, it's only United States. So if you want to do stuff overseas, you got to file for a trademark overseas.
Like in an international?
That's why a lot of companies write international trademarks, which is another expensive thing. But the point I'm trying to make is that they literally go through a process that is so painstakingly. So the first thing was submitted, and lawyers had to go through everything and put all the detail stuff in. I'm like, wait, why are we doing this? Well, because if you don't do it if you do it in color, then the trademark will only cover the colors of the clothes the person's wearing.
Yeah, the actual colors. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I learned that.
So
from
they
you.
did it. So that's why if you look at it, it's in black and white. When I posted the trademark certificate.
Yeah.
And then it goes to a bunch of lawyers that aren't affiliated with the federal government. They go through it. They look at it again, and they look for anything.
Who are they affiliated with?
They're just law firms that deal with trademark.
Okay.
That are licensed. Like, you know how I have that? I just got, and we'll explain this in the process of what I've been doing. So just like when I filed for my SAM number, which is a government number, there's so many people that apply for that number. And remember how many times I had to go back and forth with it?
I remember.
I literally had to go back and forth with them 100 times. And it was frustrating. A lot of stuff I've been doing has been so frustrating because it's tedious.
It's a lot of back and forth.
It's tedious, and you got, and like when I applied for when I tried for like nonprofit, it wasn't as simple as I want to be a nonprofit. I had to go through so much back and forth with the lawyers to get it right. And when I say back and forth, I did it myself, but with the help of, what's that company?
What, the lawyers?
Yeah. The one that advertises all the time on TV. Not Jacoby Myers.
No. They
don't really give you a lawyer. They just help you with it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I can't think of it right now.
So.
Oh no. Gaming Greenville. Kid the best. This is a question. I say, oh no, only because he gets this question a lot. Stanley, have you thought about going back to Cron 4
Legal
News
Zoom
to do? Yes, Legal Zoom is what it is. Cron 4
What's
News.
up, Data Master? Woohoo!
Oh wow, I haven't seen Data Master in hella long. What's up, Data Master?
Hella long.
But anyways, that question is something that you get quite frequently.
Yeah. Well, apparently I was told by someone that they don't want me back because they said I talked stuff about.
Well, you know what? Ain't nobody want to be there anyways. I'm glad I left that place a long time ago.
Just for the record, I didn't go back and say, hey, I want to come back to work there. But someone said, hey, guess who's back in the Bay Area?
Yeah.
It'd be really great if you brought him back. And they said, no, he talked too much stuff about us.
That's the thing, though. It's not that he talked too much stuff about them. It's that he told the truth about them.
Yeah, I didn't make anything
He told the truth, and they can't handle the truth, so therefore they don't want him back. And you know what? That's fine, because
so
who would want to work under those conditions anyway?
So back to the whole trade. So even with the so everything I've been doing has been, I've been trying to do it without trying, because we don't have a lot of money. We don't. We're not rich. We're far from rich. We've been doing what we can do to make this business work. And it's frustrating sometimes. And sometimes it's depressing, because even though I know that, like you said, I'm trying to build a brand and I'm trying to get people to support the brand, it comes across to me as like I'm begging for money. I'm like, ask people for money. And I feel really uncomfortable doing that. But if I'm going to build this brand as a nonprofit, and the funny thing is, if you go back in history, nonprofits, remember Sesame Street, or remember what's it, PBS?
Mm-hmm.
PBS is a nonprofit. Yeah. And what do they do every year? They ask for donations.
Like a pledge. Don't they have like a telethon or something?
No, but they just ask for donations.
People, okay.
Red Cross asks for donations.
Yeah.
Different agencies.
A lot of nonprofits ask for donations,
right?
Because that's how because it's not a for-profit, so they don't actually make money.
Well, people think that nonprofits are for profit. But when I found out what it really entails, so let's say I had a nonprofit and I got $1 trillion. Let's say I got $1 trillion in nonprofit, right? Mm-hmm. So what happens if I die? Does it mean that, all my family gets $1 trillion?
No.
Does my cousin get $1 trillion?
No.
Who gets $1 trillion?
No one gets $1 trillion.
It goes where?
Doesn't it go back to the...
It goes to the government.
Yeah.
So when you run a nonprofit, and this is a misconception, yes, some of them are paying each other tons of money, but they pay taxes on those money. So if you pay yourself out of the nonprofit, that money you pay yourself is taxable. But if you're using it for expenses and to keep the nonprofit going, but if I died tomorrow, God
Please don't say that.
I'm saying it as in general. If someone dies tomorrow and they're and I had to fill out the paperwork and it had to say that if I were to die, then the money goes back to the government. No one gets the money.
Yeah.
So no one profits from it. That's the nonprofit part of it. But the problem is that a lot of nonprofits, Stanley, and the topics you cover, I'm missing something.
Where?
The essence of a business is not. Oh, I'm missing something. Yeah, it's going too fast again. Oh no.
Am I missing something?
Yeah, I wanted to read something real quick. The essence of a business is not is that you're not begging people for money, but rather the product is supposed to be good enough to convince people to voluntarily trade them. And you're right. And what do I get all the time? Oh my God, I love what you do.
Yeah.
Because of you, I learned. Because of your work, I've gotten better at things. So I'm offering them a product that it's not, and we're trying to expand a little bit into not only do we do educational videos, but also want to do disaster relief if something happens. Because if something really bad happens, I want to be able to come out with boots on the ground and help our community with, what they need to survive.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that I have a lot of trolls. I have more trolls than should be allowed by anybody.
Oh my gosh, I can't even.
And some people follow me just to troll me. Because I actually made some accounts where you cannot comment unless you follow. So they want to troll so bad that they follow me to troll.
Crazy.
It's so crazy. But yeah, you're right, Liberty Twitcher. That is the essence of it. You have to have a product that people want.
Oh, and then this one says, love Stanley and the topics you cover.
Thank you. Well, we try. Yeah. We try. The problem is that trying to cover trying to cover these subjects are expensive. When I'm out there riding with the police, I have to wear body armor because I don't know if they're going to get shot at. God forbid we go out and they get shot at. I mean, every day I put out there, I've been in car crashes with police. I've been with bullets flying, but you never know what each stop is going to be. No stop. And I hate when I hear, oh, well, the stop they made was they were making a standard stop and then it turned into gunfire. Well, clearly that's not a standard stop if it turned into gunfire.
Right.
All right. And there's no such thing as a standard stop. Because of you, I stopped speeding, shower, and clean clothes.
And wear clean clothes if pulled over.
Massive Wells. Yeah, remember who wrote that a long time ago? You have to wear clean underwear. The trolls are probably just mad they got shamed publicly for being stupid. No, a lot of people who I catch as trolls, they just want to troll for the sake of Okay, so here's one of the reasons why I get trolled. And it's not anything to do with what I've done wrong or done to them or court them. It's because, and some people call it the Stanley bump.
Bump?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you post something and I share it, it's called a Stanley bump because you'll get traffic to so if people want to troll me who have like 4 followers, they're hoping that by engaging with me, they get more followers, more like-minded followers that want to, jump on the same bandwagon as being, and then some people I've actually met said, hey, I only trolled you so I get your attention so that I can get some of your traffic. They literally said that to me. That I have no disrespect for you. I love what you do, but I think the only way I can get your attention was to be mean. I'm like, just say hello.
That doesn't even sound, that doesn't even sound like it does anything. Like,
yeah, no, but there are people out there who typically believe and honestly believe that by trolling a person with a large following number, and I used to respond back. I used to always respond back, and somebody wrote me one day and said, I just want to tell you this, and it's somebody I trusted. No one knows what these people are saying
until you
respond.
Yeah, so you're giving them.
I'm giving them like a platform.
Yeah.
So basically, when I get a troll, wait a minute, Stanley, I love that you told people when you were with Cron 4, and you asked the person, "So what's the surprise the first time you go to the carpool lane alone and get caught again?" Yeah, and we'll come to that. But it's amazing that people have determined that the only way to get a boost in their platform is by trolling. And you're right. A lot of trolls missing San Francisco
are bots anyways.
Okay. So here's how you know the difference between a bot and a real person. If you do respond to a bot, chances are but respond with something that's totally irrelevant to what they wrote. And then like today, somebody texted me this morning and goes, "Hey, you coming over for drinks?" And I responded back, "No, I gotta
babysit my
pet kangaroo." And I found a picture online of a kangaroo and said, "Yeah, I can't leave them home by themselves." And
it threw
the bots can't respond to that because it's something out of the ordinary. They're used to you responding like, "No, who is this?" The minute you write "who is this," then boom.
Yeah, it's like it triggers like the other automatic response. Yeah.
So what I've learned to do is, you're right, and Betty said this, is that I copy their comments. Mm-hmm. I make it a screenshot it, and then I add to it. So then that way, it's like my way of saying, okay, you want to.
I love that. Just like in stand-up, you repeat what the heckler says, then cap on them.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I've learned to do is I've learned to weaponize Twitter a little bit. When I say weaponize it, doesn't mean I'm going after people. What I found is when you try to troll me, all I do is, and I've been training people how to defeat trolls on Twitter, is screenshot what they wrote, right? Because they're going to erase it. If you wrote something really bad and you go and comment to it and you look like you're commenting because you want to, you'll come back and that post will be gone.
And your comment will look like, I've had that happen before. They delete it and then your comment just is standalone and it's like, it doesn't make any more sense because they deleted
But you are right, Felix. There is AI, and AI now tends to, and like right now on Twitter, the biggest thing we get is nudes in bio.
Oh, yeah.
And so when they finally cracked down on nudes in bio, then they switched it to quotes. Each one was nudes in bio. And if you look at mine, it says news in bio. Because I was playing off what they did, but it took away their strength. So you don't see a lot of those anymore. Now you see different ones. Tits in bio.
Oh, God.
I'm like, whatever. So long story short, I get trolled enormous amount. And some people say it's because I leave myself a bill. I talk about the truth and people don't want to hear the truth. I always wish I could be like a traffic judge, like one of those TV traffic judges. Oh, I'd have so much fun. That would be a great show if I was a traffic judge.
You should do it. Launch it. I know.
You have to have a TV, somebody to actually sponsor you for that. You can't just show up at a TV studio and go, "Hey, I'm here for my new judge show."
Let me get on the phone and call Steve Harvey real quick. Because doesn't he have a judge show? Steve Harvey?
You can't. You know what's funny thing?
He's not a judge though, is he?
No, he's not.
Okay.
Funny thing about the internet and the people who are on it, like I have a lot of people now. I have a lot of CEOs that follow me. A lot. I think more than 2,000 CEOs that are verified, and I look at a lot of them, right? Mm-hmm. And you would think, man, there's so many, and they all say the same thing. Oh my God, your service. Even when I got the phone call from Mark Benioff, what was the first thing he said? Your work is important to the Bay Area. Your work is important to the Bay Area. And I tell people, if my work is important to the Bay Area, I want to do more. But I can't keep doing this for free.
Yeah.
Like when you went to
420, even 420 yesterday, like basically the piece that you cut, you can't even monetize it because it is against YouTube, Instagram guidelines.
So the 420, I went out there because people said we ran to Diane.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I knew you were gonna be here." I said, "I'm here because people are like expecting me to be here."
People expect him to cover that.
And they go, "I knew you were gonna be here. I couldn't wait for you to get here." Right? And the guy goes, "And I support you. I support you." And I said, "Okay, well, what's my website?" "You got a website?" And then his buddy goes, he called you out, didn't he?
He caught you misbehaving.
He called you misbehaving. And everybody's stuck on and everybody's like, all you hear is behaving badly. And it's funny though, because I love interacting with the public. It's pretty funny, especially if they know who I am. And they literally will talk to me.
It just makes me laugh.
And it's funny because, and you'll hear them go, "Oh my God, is that Stanley Roberts?" And you'll be like, "Yeah, that's
someone
him."
Even came up to me yesterday and was like, "Is that Stanley? Is that Stanley?" And then I had to call him back and be like, "Yeah, come here. Someone wants to talk to you." It's cool, but I honestly feel like people expect you to be at 420. But like, do you remember there was an instance where you're like, "I'm not sure if I want to go." Do you remember that?
Yeah. So someone asked, "Do we take advertising? If not," well, a lot of the websites don't allow you to typically put an ad on it. I get so many requests for they want to pay me $700 a day for ads on Facebook, which you can't do. You can't do it. That's a good way to get my and then there's so many people that are scamming you. So here's what I say: if you really instead of advertising, which means that now I'm saying everybody, because you advertise on my site, that if I'm going to put your product on me to advertise for, then I've tried it and I like it. I'm not going to advertise just to advertise.
Yeah, it has to be like a product or something that you actually like believe in.
I recommend that put your money where your mouth is. Go, if you go to MrBadley.com, there's a link there that you don't have to pay any money for the link. I mean, for the donation, you make a donation on the link. It's called Zeffy.
ZEFFY.
ZEFFY. It's a link there. You see a big red donation box. No secrets. You actually get a letter in the mail. You get an email with a tax deductible receipt that says, and I've also been verified by the DOJ, which took a lot. That was a process that took 6-7 months. The Department of Justice background checked me to make sure I'm not some guy up here just trying to rip people off. Also, Franchise Tax Board had to go through them people too, because even though I'm in California and the company's out of Wyoming, still got it. California doesn't just let you come in and do it on run rampant. You got to do this whole thing. That was a lot. There's so much that goes into what I did, only to have people go, "Oh, yeah, your nonprofit is just a glorified GoFundMe."
I hate that.
I
hate that people say
dude,
that.
if you don't want to donate, just don't donate. Don't put down all the work I put into it. Don't put down the work. I've literally been here. You see me hours. Sometimes you'll be at 2:00 in the morning. I'm still on the computer. You're like, "Are you going to bed?" I'm almost done.
I believe in getting enough sleep.
I do too. But sometimes when I get to one of my missions, it's like, and this
then
job
he can't stop.
This job is 24 hours. This isn't a 9 to 5 job. When I get up in the morning and when I go to bed at night, I'm constantly doing stuff. Every now and then I will sit on the couch for a minute, take a break, and then I'll knock out. And she goes, "Why you sleep?" Because I've been up all night. Truth. So yeah, most top products endorse products, and many say they really believe in it and use those products. Sounds like a win-win. Yeah, well, I haven't been. There's no one. We've been doing this for how long now?
4 years.
Not one person has reached out to us and said, "Hey, we want to advertise on your podcast." Not one person. Not one person said, "Hey, we want to advertise what you do." No one's ever reached out to me and said, "Hey, we want to advertise with you." All I hear is stuff that I don't want to hear.
Oh wow. Stanley, if you ever move to LA, you should work for KTLA 5 News. They're the best news team in LA.
Okay.
Ironically,
I used to work for KTLA.
And I used to work for the competitor.
And guess who owns KTLA? The same people that own Crime.
Yeah. Not anymore.
So it used to be that
not anymore. When I say not anymore, I meant to say like they're not the same news station anymore.
Yeah. Well then, yes, I'd love to reach out to them. You show me how, and I'll be more than happy to do it. I'm a news person. That's all I know is about doing news and creating stories and telling stories. When it comes to, and I've had people reach out to me. Whenever I announce something on like LinkedIn, no one ever come to me and says, "Hey," they always want me to buy something. It's always
put money in.
They're always trying to get me to sell. They're trying to sell me something instead of, yeah, I get it, Liberty. It sounds easier than it sounds, but I'm more than open to suggestions. If you show me who I should reach out to, because most of the people I reach out to say the same thing over and over again, and that is, yeah, you need 1 million followers. If you want to advertise with us, you need 1 million podcast followers. We don't have 1 million podcast followers.
It ain't rocket surgery. Just contact them. Okay, Liberty Twitcher. I get your point. I think it's a little easier said than done, though. You can contact them, yes.
Yes.
But whether or not they respond or how they respond, we have no control over that. So like he said, he's already tried some and gotten a response. So you have to have a certain amount of followers. And since he does not, then
I used to have a lot of followers until someone deleted my account.
Yeah.
I had, according to Gabriel, 88,000 subscribers on YouTube, but then my account was wiped clean overnight and back in 2018. And I have not been able to recoup I've only gotten up to close to 11,000 on YouTube because everybody who says they support me can't seem to find me. And I've done everything I can to put me out there other than buy a billboard. Don't get me wrong. I'm just telling you what I've been up against.
Yeah. And
I've only been doing this nonprofit thing since February. So I'm still learning.
And Liberty Twitcher, I like appreciate the throwing out the ideas, because there's sometimes when people will throw out ideas where we're like, oh yeah, that's cool, we should do that. Like, let's try it. But sometimes like we've already been down that road, and it's just a lot harder than saying, okay, let's do it this way and let's make it happen. Because we can do something, but then it's up to like the person on the other end to like respond back.
Right. And I've reached out,
interested.
And I've reached out to major companies that follow me. I say, hey, if you want to, you can sponsor what we do, and then that would help us. Your sponsorship would be a long way. Well, we have to turn you over to our department, and then we have to get that department to approve it. And then the department goes, well, can you show us how many followers you have? Well, yeah. Well, we need millions of followers to get advertising dollars. And then here's one. So this is interesting, and not me, but there's a guy and I kind of made a post on Instagram. And if you want to look at it on, it's Mr. Stanley Roberts TV on Instagram. There's a guy called Mr. Wonderful or Mr.
On Instagram?
The guy who giving out the money.
Oh, Mr. Thank You? Or
Mr. Thank You. So Mr. Thank You drives around in a convertible with piles of money in his car, and he gives them to random people if they follow him. Now, he has 19 million followers right now on separate accounts. So he probably has somewhere around 100 million. If you got 60 million followers, right? Because he's giving away bundles of money. Mm-hmm. And it's like, how does he drive around with a carload full of money and just give it away? So then one day I decided to look at one of his videos. And I noticed he was reaching out. And first of all, I noticed was that the girl who he gave money to had a microphone on.
Yeah.
I'm like, so wait, she just happened to have a microphone on that matched his Bluetooth setting so that she can be audio when they do. And I go, okay. So then I realized that there's something more to it than just a guy handing out money. So then I looked at another video and I saw him hand the money, and I recorded the shot and froze it. And we brought some of that before. We did a little joke once where we brought a wad of money, fake $100 bills. Yeah, hold on one second. Keep talking. You keep talking for a second. I want to go get something real quick.
Lord Frieza says you can buy the bundles of cash.
Hold on. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
Oh, do you want me to not talk about the bundles?
No, talk about it.
Bundles of cash. Lord Frieza says I saw an ad on Walmart for the bundles of cash. Yeah. So he's gonna get up and he's gonna bring something over here. Let me see. I'm just gonna catch up on the comments. Felix says maybe make or propose a collaboration with someone for an episode. That's not a bad idea. Who would you have in mind for that, Felix? Are you thinking someone that does something along the lines of what Stanley does, or just someone in general? Because I think when it comes to like collaborating, there still needs to be like to figure out like some sort of way to like if there's going to be like, because I don't know how that really works with like if you're thinking about advertising.
No, we do collaborate with Allison Morrow.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
So here's what we found.
Yeah.
Here's what we found. But wait, let me show you this. So, yeah, we're going to give this away.
Over here, B.
We're going to give this away to the first person that tells me how much money is here. Yes, I'm going to give this. These are all hundreds. But in actuality, it says not legal tender, play money.
Yeah. Oh, that one actually says the United States of America.
Yeah, but it says not legal play money, right? And here it says copy money.
Yeah.
But on his, we froze it.
On his, it said
motion picture movie money, where you can go buy it online for hundreds of dollars for fake money, and so it looked like you're rich. So what people are doing now on social media is they're going around giving away fake money to their friends, in $10,000 increments. Here's 10 grand, right? And then in actuality, they're not giving money away. They're just, the perception is that they're giving away money. Perception is the new reality. So what people do is they go like, you know what? Here's a couple hundred, and you have to look excited. You have like here. So look, I'm gonna keep giving you money until you tell me how much you love me. So I'm gonna give you $100 bills every time you tell me you love me.
Is this even the same size?
Same size. It's exactly looks. You can't tell the difference unless you look at it close. Remember the guys in where was it? Where they actually use this money, not this money. They use money to buy Girl Scout cookies.
Oh yeah, that's so messed up.
So it's gotten to the point now where literally bundles.
There's a real 100 in here.
It might be. No, I'm just
kidding.
So
Big Bucks Bradley should have their face on money.
Yeah. So $90,000. So all we're trying to do is now, just so you know, for our nonprofit, right now our budget is we need to raise $50,000 a year to do stories. And those stories are strictly done to cover the stories and expenses to do the stories. The reason why we keep it at 50,000 because once you get above that number, then it becomes a whole different ball of paperwork, whole different ball of wax. And now back to Allison Morrow.
I'm really laughing off of Gabriel's comment. What? Is that the money you put inside your mover's shirt?
Yes, it is. That's the money we threw at the mover.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What is going on?" Do you watch Polecat? Yes, I do watch Polecat. Well, I don't watch him, but I know of Polecat. He was going to build people were trying to get, now he wasn't going to. Let me rephrase that. People tried to get Polecat to make a version of me on his GTA program.
Huh.
So what we've come across, this is legit, is that people love to invite me as a contributor to what they do. They love to invite me, but they don't like to pay me.
Yeah.
Because they know that by saying I'm going to be on there, it gets them a big boost.
Yeah.
So what you don't realize is that when people are telling me to come on to their shows, they're doing it to boost their show, not to boost me, to boost their show. And I always said before, and I'll say it again, people make more money off of my work than I make off of it. It's been that way for, and I didn't realize it until one day it started to dawn on me that, wait a minute. Mike Rowe did a video on that included how to make contact with a business you don't get the runaround. You know, it's funny, Mike Rowe, remember him? Dirty Jobs? Mm-mm. I tried to reach out to him when I worked for Cron 4, and people just don't return my calls.
I don't know who that is.
Mike Rowe did he did Dirty Jobs one time. He's from the Bay Area.
Okay.
So
Dirty Jobs is what?
It was a show on basically his job was to go do a job that someone did that was considered a dirty job, like sewage.
Oh.
Like if you go down in sewers or if you have, clean up cow manure, it's called the job that gets you dirty.
Yeah, it's a job probably nobody else wants to do.
And I loved his work. I really did. But I will tell you this for a fact. I had a lot of celebrities that reached out to me to benefit them. I'm not going to name names because I'm not here to throw people under the bus. But marketable, you'll gain more subscribers and be more marketable name if you go on other people's shows for free.
Well, that's what he's been doing, and never mind.
Yeah, you guys have overlooked that because we just talked about that before.
Yeah,
it was Discovery Channel. You're right, where Mike Rowe was. But what was I saying, Fred? Oh, so yeah, I meet a lot of celebrities, and I know them. I have their numbers on my phone, whatnot. My phone rings. It's them. They need a favor. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't say it with authority.
So I was reading that comment.
Oh.
Felix says, do you think it is because of your political stance? You're not really vocal about it as far as I know.
I'm not political.
It's definitely not about that.
No, I don't do politics, and that's part of it. And because politics is kind of like talking about religion. No matter what you say about it, people are going to disagree. You'll either get them against you or for you. I'm not here for that. I'm here just to talk about, I don't do right or wrong. I mean, I don't do left or right. I do right or wrong.
Well, and Bill Van Ram says, doesn't going on other shows benefit both of you?
Not always.
I mean, it can, but it also...
I have never once seen a show that I went on that I benefited from. And I've been on CNN. Didn't see any benefit from it. As a matter of fact, I even say, hey, can you make sure you mention my YouTube channel? They forget. Somehow I forget to mention it. Oh, I'm sorry.
You were on 2020 also.
So 2020, you didn't know.
What about the other podcasts that you've been on?
I've been on podcasts, and I look at the traction. There's only one thing I ever did that got traction for. And that was the only one thing that got me the most traction was, which one do you think that was?
Check Please.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Well, because
Check Please did, but that wasn't related to what I do. Though.
Okay. And there's a podcast?
It was a big one.
On TV?
Yes.
A
lot of traction from it. There's a one-timer because I don't know if it'll ever happen again. Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, yeah. You weren't even physically
and I wasn't even physically on Jimmy Kimmel.
That's right, yeah.
But the fact that it was mentioned, and Jimmy Kimmel, and also the Santana thing.
Yeah.
But as I was saying before, we have a lot of people that I know that are celebrities. and they're like hardcore millionaire celebrities who I should be able to say, hey, literally, but they won't take my calls, but they'll call me when they need something.
Yeah.
They will not take my call, but they will quickly call me when they need something.
In all honesty, like, I feel like there are a lot of people, celebrities and non-celebrities, that call you when they need something. And then that's the only time we hear from them.
Yeah.
And I like
my phone will ring and I go, oh, look who it is.
That to me, like, really, like, it sucks. I think it really sucks.
I got a text message the other day from a huge musical person. Huge. I can't even say, I don't even go that far out. And they wanted me to promote their new album.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. You need to mention your YouTube channel while on CCN and other mainstream media channels. They're not going to promote the online media competitor.
Right. So literally, major star texted me and wanted me to help them promote their new album coming up. And so I like call back, no answer to the phone. Text message, they don't respond back. I know they have the number still works because they still text me from the same number.
Yeah.
But only when they need something. And when
I hate it.
When I say major, I mean like huge, gargantuan, a household name. And I've known a lot of celebrities in my days coming up, and I can name a bunch of them. One of them is Will Smith, which I can't for his life get in touch with me anymore since he got super famous. And you can't get through the layers of people that protect him. So I'm just another person that, and like, remember the OJs? They were like, yeah, I worked on their music video. They said, whenever you're in town, let us know. Remember, were you with me that time when I was in town? I tried to, can't get past the gatekeepers. So it's easy to say, oh yeah, reach out to us. But if they don't take your call, they don't take your call.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to be that guy that's like bugging them. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to bug you. You know what I need. You're aware of what I need because you made it clear that you know what I need, but you don't want to help. But it is what it is. I'm not trying to bitch and moan. I'm just telling you facts of life that I help a lot of people, but when I ask for help, they don't respond. They don't reciprocate. That's it. That's how it goes. What do you think of Toyota reliability with the Tundra and Tacoma? I don't really know much about trucks. I like Lexus. They're reliable, but I hear that there's some issues. And then there's a new thing with, I think the new Tesla trucks.
Cybertrucks
are having problems too.
With the accelerator.
The recall.
Yeah.
I just hope it doesn't kill somebody.
I saw an LS500H today and thought of you.
Ooh, now that's my favorite car.
500H.
Yeah, I kind of want the horsepower though.
I'm talking about me.
Well, what'd you think about me?
I thought about you, but the H was for me.
She likes hybrid. I like a little bit of horsepower. I want to go up the hill and the car's like, wait, I think I can.
Well, that's what the sport mode is for when you want to go up a hill.
Mm-hmm. I shouldn't have to switch to go up a hill. It should automatically go, oh, you're going up a hill. Yeah, let me give you a little bit of juice. The newer Tundra Sequoias are not as good as the older ones. I'd buy a 2020 model or older just to avoid the twin turbo. So I don't like twin turbos for anything. The reason why I learned this a long time ago is that twin turbos, and I could be wrong, but I was told that twin turbos need super unleaded gas, or else you burn the turbine.
You actually need super unleaded?
Yeah. El Camino. Well, I haven't seen those in a long time. You ever had El Camino?
Have I ever had
an El Camino? Have you ever seen El Camino?
No, I don't
It's a car. It looks like a pickup truck.
Oh, I think I saw one today on El Camino. Like, no, I'm not kidding. I actually think I saw one while driving on El Camino today. That's really funny.
All right, fair enough. Hey.
When is Gabriel moving to the Bay Area?
He's never coming here.
He's never moving here. We answer that before Gabriel can answer that.
Yep, word.
Yeah, a muscle car with a pickup bed. Yes, I actually saw one. Oh, I wonder if
they're old school though.
I wonder if I could show you on my dash cam.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, Dang. Okay.
Just look it up online. Just Google.
No, I want to say I think it's ironic that I saw an El Camino today.
Okay, it's like a double peridot boom.
Peridot.
I don't know. Premortal ooze.
Anyways.
But literally, we were talking today about. I was telling Diane, I was feeling in myself today. I was like, I love that we do these podcasts. I love that because we get to interact with people. And I told her, I said, I just feel like now I feel like I'm begging for money just to keep this, to make this nonprofit work. And I got to reevaluate how I'm doing this. Because I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel like we're making a difference. And then I want to go out and be able to go out and do these great stories and hire people to do the editing and we can write great stories and educate the public. And that's the main goal. But there's no tangible benefit for most people. So since there's no tangible benefit, they want something that's more tangible, like, I don't know, football game tickets to the nonprofit company called the NFL. Oh yeah, that's right. That is nonprofit. Yeah. You didn't know that, did you? People are like, yeah, I don't deal with nonprofits. And then they go buy tickets to the football game. And then they'll argue, well, the team is a nonprofit. Well, the whole franchise is. That's why they have the 49er Foundation. That's nonprofit.
That's the one with the plates. Yeah.
That's nonprofit. You can argue all day long.
I like how you're high pitch your voice.
Well, high pitch because it's like people don't realize that churches are nonprofit. You know that?
Yeah, I know that.
Yep. They on a whole thing about cars. They just lost us altogether. We just talk about anything right now. They're talking about cars.
All right, well, let's sign off.
Yeah, I know. It's like they out here having a car. Oh, I like the Dodge Charger widely, but if I ever had to, I would only drive fast because I don't want to look at Stanley and say I got caught behaving badly. Well, you know what the funny part is? People who say that on camera, we've already joked after we were doing the interview, and I say to them, I said, people I catch, I give them the chance to say I got caught behaving badly or I got caught misbehaving. It's up to them. They don't have to say it. They don't. You don't. There's nothing you have to do to say that I got this or I got that.
Yeah, he doesn't force people to say it.
I don't. When people walk up to me and they go, I don't want to be on camera, and I tell them, I said, okay, by definition, you're out in public, so I don't have to stop recording, and I don't stop recording for security reasons. Because too many times people have said that I did something that didn't exist. So I'd rather have it on video that nothing happened than to have nothing to prove that nothing happened. So if you say if you don't want to be on camera, that's fine. Just say I don't want to talk. I can't make you talk. Can't. I love it though when people say I don't want to talk and they start talking.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'll
like get the camera out of my face, but they start getting closer to the camera.
Yeah. Or my favorite is I'm 10 feet away and they go, get the camera out of my face. I'm like, do you not realize that I'm nowhere near your face?
Yeah.
Nowhere near your face.
Yeah.
You reach your arm out and you can't touch me. So how's that in your face? My 99 Isuzu Amigo is the best. Joke's on you guys. Ironically, the Isuzu Rodeo was my first news car.
He said Isuzu Amigo.
I know, but I had a Isuzu Rodeo.
That was your first car?
First news car.
Oh. I don't even know what that looks
in Salinas.
Like. Let me see. What is that?
It looks like the rodeo.
I don't know what a rodeo looks like. I thought you said yours was the rodeo.
No, a Isuzu. There's a new. So that's what it looked like.
2004?
Yeah, but there's another brand that looks just like it.
Dang, that gets really bad.
That's 2004 though.
That really gets bad mileage.
Mine was 91. Look up 91.
Oh no, am I going to start laughing?
Yeah, I don't know. I doubt it.
1991.
There it is right there. So I had that with white logo that said KCBA in big letters.
Oh, I could see you driving around in that.
So whatever happened to Gotham by the Bay. So Susan and I parted ways for that business because it was just too much trolling going on. It was a huge amount of trolling with that. And so we dissolved it completely. But what she did was, though, she did create a nonprofit called Voice of San Francisco. I'm not affiliated with it at all. That's their own thing. And they managed to get $250,000 in funding right out the door. So, there's money out there. I just doesn't seem to want to come my direction. But it's okay. I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to keep trying. I just got to look for ways to figure it out. I mean, I'd love somebody to just give me $250,000 and says, this is for you to run your business with and get it going and jumpstart it. A good jumpstart would be great. But when I tell people I need $250,000 to run a business, they laugh at me and go, oh, nobody's going to give you that kind of money. No one's going to give you that kind of money. And then I reach somebody, go out, the same person I talk to, do the same thing, and then they get that kind of money. Like when we did the thing about Disneyland. We got 600,000 views on TikTok. Some guy went and did the exact same video. He got 8 million. And what did people tell me? Oh, well, you just sour grapes. No, I'm just wondering, how does that work? I like the one video where Stanley, where the cop told the guy, sir, I'm not going to argue with you, just to make a left. What?
I'm not going to argue with you, just make a left after they argued. Huh?
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
I liked the one video, Stanley, where the cop told the guy, sir, I'm not going to argue with you, just make a left after they argued. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I'm confused. So gaming, rephrase that one, because right now I'm...
right now we're both like confused.
Yeah, so Sucker, no, I loved Gotham by the Bay. They were on the Bay Bridge and closing for the weekend.
Oh my gosh, Jada Masters, the Prius lady, the one that the one where Stanley said the one where she said she knew a lawyer, and the one where you said that you knew a dentist, but you can't pull teeth. That Prius lady was mean.
She was special.
She was mean. She was really mean. She put up a fight so hard, even though the speed limit was literally right there. She still tried to argue. Even though the speed limit sign was right there.
So I love writing. I love writing stories that are visually appealing, but I also want it not to be a blanket story. I want it to be a story that educates you. Just like the 420. I wanted to ask people, because everybody out there celebrating. I just want to find out, do you know why you're celebrating? And another question I had, which I didn't publish, is the question I had was, in 2014, you guys had this as a protest to legalize marijuana. That was what the original concept was. 420 at Golden Gate Park was to legalize marijuana. So now it's legalized. And you're still showing up. So what are you protesting now? And they said, but we don't want the city to take it over. But the city took it over. Then the city said they couldn't maintain it because they didn't have enough money. So they weren't, you can't just put up stuff and say, okay, everybody coming for free. It's going to cost money.
Yeah, nobody had to pay to participate, right?
But would you have paid to go to 420?
No, because it was free all those other years.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the problem that a lot of people are facing now. Everything is free. So when you say, oh, well, we got to pay for this. Oh, no, it's free.
You mean kind of like your shows?
Yeah.
When your shows were free?
Yeah. Stanley, there's a big audience for catching Karens. Yeah, well, after a while, the Karen thing gets kind of old. There are so many different channels out here now that do so many different things.
There are so many Karens out there in this world. I can't even take it.
But the question is, and this is a question worth answering, of all the stuff you see on social media, how much of it is real and how much of it is fake?
How can people tell?
How much of it is real and how much of it is fake?
Right there, beef.
No, I'm doing this on purpose.
Oh.
How much of it is real and how much of it is fake?
Well,
it's 9:00.
On the dot, I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. Sorry.
On that note, we're going to take our 10 grand here that we can't really spend anywhere, and we're going to depart.
I'm just going to pretend like this is real money.
We're just going to throw it into the fireplace one day, be like, we got so much money, and we're just going to burn all this.
Yes, thank you, Data Master, for catching that.
What did he say?
He said Usher. Because I started singing that Usher song, even though it's 7 o'clock. I made it into my own 9 o'clock.
Anyway, that being said, I have to go clean up the mess I made for cooking today. And then Diane has to prepare breakfast for tomorrow.
No, you're making the longanisa tomorrow.
Oh, I got to cook breakfast and dinner?
You said that you wanted to make the longanisa on
I
Monday.
said put it in the air fryer for 20 minutes and you got longanisa.
Okay, well.
But we're out of black rice. Sorry.
So how are we going to eat the oxtails tomorrow?
I got to go buy some more black rice.
Okay. All right.
See, I was right. Where is my fake money you said you were going to give out? It's right here. Here, Lord Frieza. You can have it all, but don't spend it in one place. Matter of fact, don't spend it at all because you go to jail.
Betty Veronica says, oh, go.
Lord Frieza jail.
Betty Veronica says, Stanley, you can do a special on finding fakes.
I know, huh? You know what, though?
Plenty
I would
there.
get so much hate if I showed all the fake stuff on the internet. Like people fake weightlifting. Ew. Longanisa with ketchup?
Are you, Felix, regular ketchup or banana ketchup?
Stanley, are you racist? No, but black rice has more
antioxidants
than blueberries.
Yep.
More digestibly easier to digest.
Lower glycemic
index for those of you who may or may not be just diabetic. I'm not just diabetic, but if you are, black rice will help you. It's better. Lower index. What's the name of the place you get your steaks? We go to Oceana in Pacifica. It's a little, kind of like a farmer's market, but indoors. It's like a low end of Whole Foods.
No, it kind of has Whole Foods.
No, but it has some special.
It actually has like specials and deals.
They have a lot of grass-fed beef there.
Yeah, but some of their prices can match Sprouts and Whole Foods too.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, Felix, banana ketchup, of course. Regular ketchup, I was like, banana ketchup I can do.
What the hell is banana ketchup?
You haven't tried banana ketchup? Oh my gosh, I have not influenced you that
how do you get
enough because I don't really have banana ketchup.
How do you get red sauce out of banana?
We'll just have to try the banana ketchup one day. I've not done my job well enough if you haven't had banana ketchup.
So anyway, if you want to help us, go to MrBadley.com or MrBadleyTV.org. There's a link there. It says donate. Please do. You'll get a notification in the mail.
Ooh, sorry.
You can either do two things. You can donate or you can subscribe and donate on a regular. So you can do it over a monthly instead of just doing it all one time. You can make them out. Thank you, William, for the $20. We appreciate that. You didn't get it yet. Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah. Stanley talked for 30 minutes about donations and no one made a donation. Here's $20 to start things off. Thanks, William.
It's okay, William. I'm used to it. But thank you. I'm used to telling people. I love people who literally tell me, yeah, oh man, tell me how. Remember, so I gave out, and this is going to put this is going to put some cops on blast. So I had to run to a lot of cops who are like, oh, can we get one of your challenge coins? And we'll donate to your nonprofit if you give us the challenge coins. Right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, wow, great. That'll be great. So I give them all out. I heard back. They just vanished.
I wonder something.
What?
I'm not trying to I'm not siding with them, but I'm wondering because government agencies take a long time. No, I'm not.
No, these are the police agencies, public, what do you call them? They're POAs.
Oh, okay.
So it's not.
It doesn't. So it's not really it doesn't need to be processed within the actual.
There's no access.
Okay.
Right, and we're not,
I just thought maybe it takes longer because typically it takes agencies a long time to process.
No, I know that.
Payments.
We know that dealing with government
yes.
takes a long time to process anything.
Yeah.
And the final note. So what I was going to tell you was to build our foundation for what we have here is I have a cage number, which is a government number that you use for if you want to get grant money. But to get grant money, you have to have a grant writer. And a grant writer requires, they want $90,000 a year salary. You can't just get a grant writer and say, we'll give you some of the money when you write the grant. You literally have to pay them the amount it takes to do the grant. So I haven't received enough donations to cover a grant writer. But I did spend the money that I did get donations to go through the whole process to get the ability to do grant writing. So we have a SAM number, which is a UEI, a grant, which is the cage number, which you have to have. It's on the bottom of my website. You also have to get so much to do this. Grants, you have to get a grant number to give the government through the grant. You have to have the other thing you have to do is they're literally, I don't know how people cheat the system, the amount of hoops you have to jump through to get it. I'm shocked at the amount of if another 9 people donated $20, then we're 200, but something, not much, but something. You're right. If 20 people, let's imagine if everybody that followed me on social media donated $5. If everybody who did on $5, I have something around the range of 200,000 people that follow me. If you go Twitter, Facebook, 161,000. Facebook, almost 40,000. Twitter, almost 40,000. So that's 200,000 right there. What if everybody gave $1? That's $200,000, right? Or if everybody gave $5, then that's a huge jump. But I know we're in the Bay Area. I get that. And it's hard here. That song says, hard out here for a pimp. It's expensive.
But we're not pimps, though.
No, it's a song. Dude.
I know. I'm joking.
Everybody is out here trying to make ends meet. I get that. But what I did want to say was that there are a lot of CEOs that have the ability, to make a charitable donation.
Yeah.
But they don't get involved.
Well, so if any CEOs are watching right now,
get
involved, please.
We have 378,000 people right now. 378 people watching.
Right I was going to 378,000. Holy moly!
But remember, if you want to help, we want to do more videos. We want to get out there and shoot more stuff. I got stuff lined up. Of course, again, they know when I come out, I'm not getting paid for it. I get paid if we get a good story. And but what ruined it for me, I'm going to say this again, then we're going to wrap this up, is that the anti-law enforcement rhetoric that was going on from when, what's his name? When the guy was killed and
George Floyd?
Yeah. So from that George Floyd moment until now, there has been an anti-law enforcement, and it's gotten better because people realize that you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. But what people did is they were literally against law enforcement to the point where everybody in the media was considered almost an enemy of the state, because there were so many people claiming to be part of the media that their only purpose was to degrade. What I'm looking for?
No, I'm confused.
I'm not saying it. Degrade, tear down. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. There are some, as I talked to other cops, there are cops that don't need to be in this job. I admit that. I know that for a fact.
There's good and there's bad.
There's good and bad and everything.
Yeah.
So, but they've lumped all the media into the same lump. Everybody that's in media, unless you're with mainstream, you're all lumped in the same. So I've been thrown in that little pile of media that even though you say, well, you've done so much for law enforcement, it doesn't matter, because for the 4 years that I left to go to Arizona and come back, there was a shift change. New cops, new trainees, a lot of people have retired. The people who knew me retired. Mm-hmm. There's a whole new batch of people that don't know me. And people think, oh, you're in with the police. I am not. There are some places that don't want me anywhere near them. Nothing whatsoever. And you go, but you help them. Doesn't matter. I'm suffering the penalties from everyone else that went after them. I'm still considered.
Even though you never went after them.
Even though I never went after them. And no, don't get me wrong. If they were wrong, I'm going to say something.
Right. But I'm saying it's not, but what I'm saying is that you didn't
I didn't just
actually
pick and choose and start just trying to mail them to a tree for no reason.
Yeah.
But I suffer the pain from all that because there's no trust. There's a big trust that was lost between media and when I say media, I don't always mean mainstream media. I think it's more like just media in general. Like everybody wanted to be every blogger wanted to be considered a news journalist. Everybody who decides they don't like, if they write something and someone says against them, the first thing they do is says, oh, so you're attacking me because I'm a journalist. But you're not a journalist. Mm-hmm. And I had a conversation with one person who was out protesting. And I said, you have to make a decision. Are you going to be a protester? Or are you going to be a journalist? Because you can't be both. You cannot be both. If you're going to be a protester, then be a protester. If you're going to be a journalist, then be a journalist. But don't try to hide behind journalism to be a protester. You cannot have an opinion when you cover these stories. You have to look at it objectively. You have to. And that thought overlooks, a lot of people, goes right over their head. They want to be, what's the word? We started off with Fox News started doing it, opinion journalism. Yes, there are opinion journalism, but remember back in the day you had to write opinion?
Yeah.
This is opinion. That means it's someone's opinion. It may not be true. We took that, we stripped that part out. And now we just say stuff. And since people are sheep, if you say something and you don't say it's opinion, they expect it to be real. And they run with it. So there you go. What's the pivot in this type of storytelling? There's no pivot. I mean, if you're going to use your opinion, then specify that it's your opinion. Tell people, hey, this is just my opinion. You don't have to use the word just. This is an opinion. I like fact-based storytelling. Facts are no, you can't make up something if you got facts to drive it.
Well, and I think the whole point of like Stanley bringing this up is that we went from talking about your support and how initially there were some, law enforcement agencies that didn't give you the donation for the challenge coin. And then it went to, well, when he goes out to do these stories and he goes out to do the stories with law enforcement, he doesn't get paid. But there are instances where he can't do all of his, like a lot of stories with other agencies because there are some that are not as supportive as some of the other agencies. So meaning to say that the opportunities for other, like for ride-alongs and for other kinds of stories are not there because he doesn't get support from all law enforcement agencies, and he's giving you the reason why he does not. So that was the whole point of the shift change.
That's why he pivoted.
That is why the pivot occurred. Yeah. So it all goes back to still the big main topic of what we're talking about is getting the support he needs to run a nonprofit to give the public the stories that they deserve, but the resources and the support is just not 100% there. So that is the whole point of it, wrapped up in like 3 sentences or 4.
All right.
But
anyways, we do appreciate you guys being here. I mean, we've been on for an hour and 29 minutes.
Yeah.
You guys talked about how I don't want to be on for too
now
long.
let's talk about nutrition.
Nutrition.
I'm just kidding, guys. We're going to let you go. Thanks for hanging out with us.
So remember, we're at MrBadley.com. What we do on that, I'm trying to have a new design done at some point, but of course that takes money as well too. But if you go there, you'll see the videos, the latest ones we've done that are under the nonprofit thing. I'm not going to put the 420 one there. That one, I have a new Facebook account for Mr. Badley TV.
Can they find all of this on your link tree?
I haven't put a link tree yet, but if you go to Facebook, Mr. Badley TV, we have a new page. Please follow us there. I'm trying to get away from my other page because it was compromised to the point where I can't monetize anything because of what happened in 2018. So, and don't forget Passover being tomorrow for some people. So,
for Gabriel. Oh yeah, I see that. Okay.
All right, everybody.
It's 12:14.
We know you could be anywhere, and I know you're on the East Coast. It's 12 o'clock at night, but you know what? We thank you for being here with us. We thank you for joining us. You can be anywhere, anytime, any place you chose to hang out with us. Some of you guys who made some very thank you for the donations.
Yes, thank you very much.
That money will go into to this. The money you do here doesn't go to nonprofit. It goes into the for-profit, but we have to pay for all of this stuff. This stuff isn't free. All this stuff is, even the internet signal costs us money.
Yeah. Well, and the Restream, the program we use to actually do the podcast, costs money too. So the money will go aside. So we save up for the annual when that payment rolls around. That basically the donation it goes to the sinking fund we have for the annual payment.
Except for the $10 you got for what was it from Betty? You supposed to use it for what?
For 2 gallons of gas? For my cooking lesson.
Yeah, for a cooking lesson. That's right.
I'm supposed to use the $10.
Well, Gabriel, if you can't tune in next Sunday, we'll know that we can make all the mistakes in the world and it won't come back to haunt us.
Oh yeah, and then Gabriel, don't watch it afterwards and then try to correct us because that'll be too late.
Right.
All right. Well, if we don't see you next week, Gabriel, have a great week and a good Sunday. Yeah. And again, thanks guys for joining us. We appreciate your time. Thank you for always always chiming into the chat and making it very fun.
And I'm glad the audio was not bad this time.
Yes, although we had some frozen pictures, that's okay. You guys still stuck with us.
And by the way, I got a letter from YouTube saying that the 420 cannot be monetized because it goes against their policy.
Oh, well, that's not awesome, but okay.
So if I were to get 1 billion views on that video, it would be worthless. That was like.
Please stop saying things that hurt my heart.
I'm sorry.
On that note,
hey, I will definitely write it afterwards and write an essay on the mistakes made.
How about we don't, Gabriel? Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Gabriel, you make me have to drive out there and hunt you down. Take your piano away from you. Take all your Mozart music. I'll do it.
Oh, gosh. All right.
All right, everybody. We love you. Thank you.
Thanks,
and
guys.
We don't have any music because they did a new change and we lost everything. So I had to go back and start rebuilding all this again.
And he won't remember until we sign on next week.
I won't remember until we sign on next week. Exactly.
Just kidding. All right.
Happy Hanukkah. Do a community engagement segment. Connect cops with community. We just did that the other day. We did 15. I did a volunteer thing for South San Francisco Police Department.
Yeah.
We talked about 15
minutes. Yeah.
We engage the community. We talk to them. And believe me, I love talking to the community. I do it all the time. So we do that.
Yeah, I was gonna correct you, but I knew Gabriel was going to chime in on the chat, so I just waited.
Chanukah.
Yeah, but thanks. Gabriel says, but thanks anyway. I literally was like, I'll wait for Gabriel to correct him. Passover.
You're talking to a guy who doesn't do a lot of religion, so I'm sorry.
You don't do any religion. What do you mean a lot? You come with me to church on Easter, Christmas Eve.
Only because you make me.
Is that it? Do you only come with me to church twice a year? I don't make you. You say that you're going to come. I ask if you want to come and you say you will come.
No, what you do is.
If anybody from church right now is watching, I don't make him come. He comes voluntarily. Hey, you guys, but if you're watching, try to convince him to come more. Thanks, guys. Okay. Bye.
On going through, Stanley is the bridge
ongoing though, not through.
Ongoing though, Stanley is the bridge that connects law enforcement and community. I try to, because there's so much misconception out there, and people love to make up their own stories. And I'm here to show you that stories aren't always, because you make it up doesn't make it real. And there are some cases where, what the hell just happened? Even Amy looked at the cops going, what the hell just? I got a buddy of mine who I sent him videos. He goes, what an idiot. And these are like videos of other cops doing stuff that is, putting themselves in danger, or other people in danger. And remember the cop in Mississippi?
No.
She just got the one who
shoplifting.
She got caught shoplifting. And I'm not making excuses for it, but I looked up the salary for a cop in Mississippi, and they make $29,000 a year. I said, you got to pay cops more. I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying the shoplifting is justifiable,
but you can't. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's justifiable, but you got to pay your cops more if you. All
right, good night.
I know. I keep saying good night.
I keep saying good night and going like this, and he literally keeps conversing. He goes because it's his penance. Oh, you go because it's your penance. You go to church because it's your penance.
No, I go there because Deacon Larry is like, he gives me a double blessing when I show up because I ain't gonna see you again.
You need more than a double blessing for the whole year. The double blessing helps you for 2 days.
Here's my question: why is it so hot?
You're hot right now?
No, when I go to church, it's so hot.
Good night, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you on Sunday. Next Sunday.
Yeah, we don't have any music. Sorry, but we'll see you.
Wait, I go. You can hang up. I mean, not hang up. Turn it off. I'm doing the music.
Okay, we're off stream.
No, we're not. It's. I was trying to do the music to the goodbye.
I just turned it off. We're off.
It still says you didn't end stream. Do you want me to not do the music to the end off?
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, guys. Unplug. Felix says unplug the modem.
Modem?
We don't have a modem. Thanks, Betty.
We're off the air, Beat.
No, we're not. You have to hit